Yeah, what up YouTube? What up? This is Christopher Marconi coming at ya for Mr. Radaball's podcast about gerrymandering and congressional district lines. Alright, are you ready? Ready to enhance your learning experience by turning into me, Christopher Marconi's podcast. Stick around to learn about congressional district lines and gerrymandering. So, in today's podcast, I'm going to talk about gerrymandering in the United States. Gerrymandering is a manipulation of the boundaries of an electoral constituency as to favor one party or class. Who should draw these lines? It's a very hard subject to try to talk about, but definitely should be addressed, especially in the United States. And later in my podcast, I will discuss who I think should draw these lines. There are four main types of commissions: advisory, backup, state legislative, and independent. The main two I will be talking about are state legislative and independent commissions, because I believe that right now in the United States these are the two most controversial commissions, even though state legislative is a much larger amount in the United States, 37 states compared to 6, but I believe that over time independent commissions will be the majority of the United States, and I will explain. As I said, in 37 states, state legislators are primarily responsible for drawing the congressional district lines. And the problem with this is that whoever is in office will be biased to draw their lines to their advantage, which is gerrymandering. And if people in office can draw lines as they see fit, that's not fair, because then they'll just help whatever party they support, either Republican or Democratic. Independent commissions, they draw the lines for both state legislative and congressional district in 6 states, as I said: Alaska, Arizona, California, Idaho, Montana, and Washington. Specific membership requirements for these commissions vary from state to state, but generally, however, these commissions do not include legislators or elected officials. Each state also bans that commissioners from running for office in the districts they draw for a few years after the commission finishes its work. And what they do this is for is that if people join independent commissions and they draw the lines as they want to, and then they run for a political position in a few years in the future, then they're just helping themselves out, which is not helping the cause. I believe that states should adapt the independent commissions, as I said before, because this is the most reasonable and fair way to draw these lines. And if independent commissions draw the lines, there would be no bias in the United States, and everything would be equal. And why things need to be equal is because in the United States we run off of that everyone should have a fair chance, every man is equal, and this is unconstitutional. You want to make America great again, and you make independent commissions. Independent commissions would fix a lot of problems in the United States, as gerrymandering. Gerrymandering is a huge problem in the United States. People don't really put that much attention into it, but through my research for this podcast, I've realized that gerrymandering plays a huge effect in congressional districts and people getting voted for political positions in their state. It's crazy how many people get elected just because of gerrymandering. And with independent commissions, there'd be no more bias, because there's no political influence of drawing these lines, and that's a big factor of what America needs to focus on. Now to ask my parents what they think about congressional district lines and gerrymandering.
Who do you think should draw the congressional district lines in the United States?
Independent commissions.
Why do you say that?
I think independent commissions would be best to create an unbiased environment to prevent gerrymandering. And if that doesn't work, you can get the Americans to build a big wall around Mexico and make Mexico pay for it.
Who do you think should draw these lines?
An independent commission,
Why?
so that all decision making is fair and unbiased.
Alright folks, there you have it. That's going to wrap up Marconi's podcast. And remember, independent commissions all the way. Make America great again, baby.